Barend, today we'll talk about the impact of AI on productivity. And I'm curious to your take on how AI will increase productivity in the recruiting landscape in the coming years.
Yeah, the simple answer is it will increase tremendously. But I think you're looking for something more solid. And I always found it interesting to look back in history, because if you ask the question like how will AI drive productivity, it's just another just another innovation. And if you look back in the past decades, you see that in many industries, innovation made human beings way more productive. If you work in a factory and you get a drill, you can drill way more holes in an hour than when you would have to drill those holes manually. That basically just increase your efficiency and your productivity as a human being. And all the reports show that over the past decades, almost in every industry, whether it's farming, whether it's in factories, production facilities, in all those industries, productivity really increased year over year, except in one, which is summarized as business services, which recruitment is obviously a part for. So why didn't it happen in that specific part of our labor force? The reason is we were not able to augment humans. You can't make a human work faster or better if the thing that the human does is brain power, using intelligence, using creativity. That's the thing that changed now. Over the last couple of years, we made so much steps forward, so much innovation happened in the world of AI that finally it's also possible to augment humans that work with their brains. So my prediction is that over the coming years, all jobs, all activities in business services where humans do brain work will see tremendous increasement of productivity. And that's also the case for recruitment. So then the question is, we will see impact in recruitment and in what way, in what form, what will happen? And especially what's most interesting, what will happen first, right? The big promise is there, but what can happen tomorrow? And well, you're very much in the weeds of recruitment. So what's your take?
Yeah, I think there are two things. So one is what is possible, and then the second thing is where are people and companies comfortable with on the short term? Because I think there are big promises around what AI can do, how it can improve productivity, and probably recruiters or people in the HR landscape listening to this have been playing around a lot already to actually improve processes. But what we believe is, I would almost say, the first thing that we should improve and where productivity can definitely be improved are in the tasks that humans actually or recruiters actually today do not like, or we should almost challenge that should not even be part of the recruiting job. And our vision is that we should start with optimizing for internal processes. So let's say we have internal processes. To me, that is, you have an interview or an intake call, and basically all the information that comes out of these conversations, recruiters are putting this into written documents or in filling in fields in ATSs. And it's nothing else than basically translating information from a conversation to a system or a document. Think about writing job descriptions, vacancy intake reports, candidate profiles. If you're an agency and you need to sell recruiters to your clients, all that work is you use your brain, your intelligence to collect information, and you put that on paper, and basically you do something else with that. Like we see with our clients, that can be in some cases 30 to 40% of the time that a recruiter is spending on a day, which is incredible. To me, that is work. It's admin related work that has nothing to do with human interaction. And I would almost challenge, I'm curious how you see that. I don't even think that is the recruiting job. The recruiting job is not built for that.
It's a mandatory task that's part of the job, but it's not what will make the difference. Making the difference in recruitment, and that's why it's such a fun job, is engaging with people, helping people to find the right job, selling a job to someone, engaging conversations. I think all those admin tasks, it's like in a restaurant, you also don't do the dishes manual. If you're a chef, you want to cook and you don't want to do the dishes. That's why we have a dishwasher. Well, let us create a dishwasher for recruitment.
Yeah, exactly. That's a nice one. You never used that one before.
So creative. ChatGPT on the side.
No, but you're right. So if I look at productivity, how often does it happen that you can make a process 30 to 40% more efficient? That is I think something. Well, when did we see that for the last time? That is something I cannot even remember.
I think we see it a lot, but it doesn't surprise us anymore. And I think that's the difference with AI, that we see it again, but now it's really like blowing us away.
Yeah. So maybe to make it very tangible, Baron, because we're now talking about admin, and for us, this is something we talk about every day. But can you maybe give a real life example? Let's say I am using AI to team up with me in my interview and intake conversations, and I basically dedicate tasks to AI to execute on after. Can you like easily sketch what is the day before of the recruiter before using AI and after using AI in this use case?
As an example, you're a recruiter. You have an intake conversation with a new client about a potential job you can work on. You do the meeting. During the meeting, you're typing because you have to take notes, so you're a little bit distracted from the conversation. The meeting ends. You get your coffee, and the next 40 minutes you spend on writing the job description, visiting the website of the client, finding some more details, maybe looking at previous job descriptions, draft something that's really nice, then you do a spelling check on it and maybe translate it in English because you need it in multiple languages, and you go to your next meeting. So the morning is gone. New reality. You have the same meeting with the customer, but now you're fully focused. You're not taking notes, not writing anything down, no typing sound in the background.
You're present.
You're present in that meeting. Meeting is over.
Yeah.
You're still going to get a cup of coffee. You come back to your laptop and everything is there. Meeting notes are there, job description is there in any language that you want, a bullet list for your colleague recruiters, maybe search booleans to make sure you can look in your ATS if somebody's already in the talent pool. It's all there, nothing you have to do. And the next step is next meeting, engaging with people, the things that you basically love, the reason why you became a recruiter in the first place. So, day and night difference.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's if you zoom out, the first steps would take you hours, and the other step is just you only focus on the interaction with the human or the candidate, but all the work that comes after that usually took this like translation of this conversation to your systems is done by AI, and that makes the recruiting job much more fun, because we talk about this more often with our clients, where we just had a meeting with one of the largest temp agencies in the world, and the leader there said to us, for me, I sometimes feel ashamed to hire people that, in my opinion, can run a process really efficiently, like work in systems, do like strong admin typing, very process oriented, but they don't have the people skills to be a real recruiter. But they are actually more successful in the job today because it almost feels like we are a production machine instead of a company that is spending and paying attention to the human touch.
Yeah. I also know from other customers that sometimes first interviews is more like following a checklist of questions than engaging. Yes. It's almost like flying an airplane where you follow the checklist instead of having a true meeting with the person on the other side of the screen.
Yeah. Okay, thanks, Baron. Well, to conclude and summarize this conversation, so we asked the question, how will AI increase the productivity of recruiting teams? And I think our conclusion is that we can start today with optimizing internal processes, taking on admin tasks that humans are now doing, but they don't have to do it anymore if you work in sync with AI. And what it will lead to is a much more efficient process and distribution of your time. But most importantly, it will really help to bring back the candidate-centric and human-centric approach of recruiting. And this will make the recruiting job much more fun long-term. So embracing it in this case has, I think, in my opinion, many benefits.